guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a good week. It is crazy that we're at the end of January already, and next week will be the start of February, so I figured it'd be a good time to get on here and do my TBR. I'm normally a mood reader, but I had so much fun doing a TBR list for January that I decided to see if I could stick it out through the rest of the year, and I think it might work. I don't feel myself getting in and reading something anytime soon, so we'll see how that goes. I'm basically going to do this in two parts. I'm going to have 6 books picked for the month, and then I'm going to have a section for priority reads and books that are going to be chosen from a TBR jar. I've got books wrapped on my cart here. There's 10 of them, and then I'm just going to pick them from a TBR jar. And yeah, let's get into it. The first book on my priority reads is called More Than a Doll: How Creating a Sports Doll Turned into a Fight to End Gender Stereotypes by Jodi Norgaard. This book caught my attention when I saw it online, and I love books that deal with gender stereotypes, women like fighting up against the patriarchy, against like all the misogynistic stuff, and this talks about how the sports doll was created just to kind of fight against all that patriarchy. So it seems like a really good book. There's a book I read way back when called Tomboy by Lisa Davis, and it's one of my favorites because it talks about all these boxes that girls are placed into, and this is basically along those same lines. She's an experienced entrepreneur, from what it says, attempted to shake up the toy industry with a sports doll that appeals to today's more athletic, adventurous girls. She came to realize the roadblocks to success weren't only reluctant toy buyers, but a patriarchal culture that perpetuates gender roles and sexism. So I think this is going to be an excellent book. So many dolls, like, they're filled with, or the way they're designed are, like, more sexualized, but this author, this entrepreneur, she really puts things into perspective and kind of changes that stereotype. Because, like, a lot of girls come in different shapes and sizes, and they shouldn't all be like sexualized and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to this one. The next priority read is The Coming Global Superstorm by Art Bell and Whitley Strieber. This is an older climate change book. It was published in 1999, and it's actually the book that's the movie The Day After Tomorrow is based on, and that's one of my all-time favorite natural disaster movies. So I really wanted to, like, when I found out about this book, I wanted to get into it and just see how it kind of compares to the fictionalized version. And I did read the novelization version of the movie, which I'll discuss at the end of the week. But I'm looking forward to it and seeing how, like, the science is so much different, because it's almost been 20 years since this book was published. Again, 1999, and here we are in 2025. So I'm looking forward to just figuring that stuff out and seeing the comparisons with the science and stuff. See how much that's changed. And yeah. The next book on my list is called The Abduction of Betty and Barney Hill by Matthew Bowman. This book was published in 2023 in hardback, but the paperback is coming out this week, which I'm excited for. I've been, like, literally dying for it for almost 2 years. And this book, the author goes into the more politics of Betty and Barney Hill's abduction. They were a biracial couple that claimed that they were abducted by aliens in the 1960s. So the author goes into the politics of it because it was the 1960s, and you had all the civil rights stuff. You had people that weren't believing them because they were a biracial couple. So it's going to be a different take on their abduction case. Like, I'm sure it's going to have a lot of the same information, but it just goes more in depth as to, like, the political atmosphere of it, because, again, 1960s civil rights, and I'm really looking forward to that aspect of it. So, yeah. And the final book on my priority list is this book called Bibliotherapy by Bijal Shah. I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name, but it's a book about basically that, bibliotherapy, and it's a concept that's used in therapy circles, how literature helps with mental health. It helps with grieving, anxiety, various disorders and stuff, and just how literature can help a person heal, which I learned about this concept several years ago, but I've never really read any books about it. So this seemed like right up my alley. This book goes into the history of it, as well as personal anecdotes and how bibliotherapy has helped clients. So I'm really looking forward to that aspect. Okay, since I have 4 books on my priority reads, it is time to choose only 2 from my TBR jar, and here it is. I've got numbers in here 1 through 10, and they're correlated to the numbers on my cart. So these are listed February 1 through 10, and let's pick the first book. Okay. And if I can open it. Okay, here we go. This one says F4. So go to the TBR cart, and here's number 4. So this one feels like a hardback, and let's see which one it is. Okay, this one is called The Age of Deer: Trouble and Kinship with Our Wild Neighbors by Erika Howsare. I'm not sure what this book is about, but the title caught my attention. I love the cover, and the deer art is pretty, I just like the cover of it. But I'm pretty sure, it's about, biology book about deer, so that's going to be pretty fun. I've grown up, observing deer a lot out, where I live and stuff. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. Okay, and the final pick from the TBR jar. So let's shake this up a little bit and go for the next pick. And this one is going to be February 10th, so that's book number 10, and that one is right here. Okay, so let's open this one up. Okay. Got a fiction book here, and we're going old school with Smallville, Strange Visitors. This book, let me see when it was published. Oh man, this was published in 2002, so I guess I'm kind of doing a little old school vibe with the 1999 book from the climate change one, and now Smallville, which is one of my favorite series. It aired on my birthday, which is the best Superman version present ever. So, and yeah, looking forward to this one. And just to recap, we've got Smallville, Strange Visitors. Then we've got The Coming Global Superstorm by Whitley Strieber. Then we've got More Than a Doll by Jodi Norgaard. The Age of Deer by Erika Howsare. The Abduction of Betty and Barney Hill by Matthew Bowman. And then Bibliotherapy by Bijal Shah. So it looks like it's going to be a good February reading month. And on Friday, I will be doing my January reading wrap-up, so I'm excited for that. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.